Back at it on a Wednesday, 24th day of April 2024, according to my calendar, and I hope yours too. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz, and we're getting ready for the 105th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. Kicks off at noon tomorrow at Memorial Park. Looking forward to that. In fact, Darcy Christopherson will be joining me in the back half of the program to kind of put you in the mood for our little 11-day wing ding that we like to call the Apple Blossom Festival. Because, well, that's what it's called. It is very mild. It is 52 degrees outside of our studios. Yesterday at this time it was only 37 degrees, so it was a very mild start to the day today. We're going to see filtered sunshine. The temperature about what we got yesterday. We had 66 on Tuesday. That's about what we'll be today, give or take a couple. Quite breezy this afternoon as a rather robust cold front's going to come in. We're going to have quite a bit of cloud cover on Thursday and Friday. Saturday looks good. The temperature is going to be below normal by the early part of next week. Sunshine's going to have the upper hand. I don't think we're going to have any rain, with the exception of Thursday and Friday. Tomorrow and Friday will be fairly cloudy, and then not a bad weekend at all. We'll have forecast details coming up, but again, quite windy this afternoon as this cold front moves in from the northwest. News: if you're a supporter of the Eastmont school bond, it's not looking good. They're going to have to bite their teeth and hang in there. It's falling short of the 60% supermajority. We'll have the latest numbers from Thad Duvall and the Douglas County Auditor's Office in the news. There's a lot of news to get to. Great soccer game last night between the Pirates and the Panthers at Leib-Off the field of the Apple Bowl. We had it here. It went all the way to penalty kick shootout. It was cool. Highlights of that: Mariners are in first place in the American League West by only half a game, but it's better being in second place. We'll have highlights of that as well. And the usual shenanigans apply. At 2 minutes after the hour, it's camera time, and we got our cameras back up and where they should be. We had some PTZ camera technical issues. We have fixed them, so that is a live shot from the Wenatchee Valley from our Wenatchee Heights camera. Yesterday's high 66, normal high 64. We had some filtered sunshine, and that's what we have right now. It looks kind of hazy. It's not really hazy. There's no smoke or smog in the air. It's just what it looks like right now. Sun's been up for a while now. 5:55 was sunrise this morning, sunset tonight 8:04. That's 14 hours and 9 minutes of daylight. Let's head on up to the very tip top of Slide Ridge. They still have snow up there. For one thing, it faces to the north. Doesn't get a lot of direct sunlight, although it is melting away. And there's Manson and the lakes, Roses Lake and Dry and Wapato. Roses Lake is my favorite of those three lakes there because I caught a big old perch there about 20 years ago, right from the shoreline. Made me feel like I knew what I was doing, even though I didn't. Good morning to Manson. Good morning to Lake Wenatchee. Another beautiful view. I'm sure Kettle Glen is open by now. I don't see any snow there at all. You can see a little bit of the airstrip there. Fish Lake is in the upper right-hand corner, and the snow continues to melt off of Dirty Face Mountain, right smack dab in the middle of your screen. Always good to see our friends up at Lake Wenatchee. And it's always good to see Rocky Reach Dam. Is it still there? Yep, still there. Rocky Reach Dam, the Baker Flats Industrial Park, and on up the Columbia River we go from our Omi Garden camera, flipped around and pointing up the Columbia River. Of course, Omi Gardens is open for the season. They opened on the 15th, a week ago Monday, and they are good to go. Go on up there and see our friends at Omi Gardens, one of the crown jewels, really, of this area. Boy, this is a beautiful place we live in, isn't it? And if you live in the Wenatchee Valley today, you're going to notice some serious wind this afternoon. Southwest winds, sometimes out of the west, as this cold front arrives. It's also very dry, so relative humidity is going to be close to nothing. Hopefully, there won't be any grass or brush fires that kick up, because if they kick up in this very dry weather, of course, we're in a drought. You combine that with the low relative humidity and the strong winds, things could get dicey, but we'll keep our fingers crossed. These are peak wind gusts, not sustained winds for the Wenatchee Valley. Or sustained winds will be about 10 to 15 miles an hour. So I'll say it's kind of breezy. We get above 20, and I think we call that windy, but it could be a little windy at times today. From the National Weather Service, here we go. 65, so just a degree, maybe two cooler than yesterday. The clouds and the sun are going to do battle. I think the clouds are going to have the upper hand on that, and as we already mentioned, going to be breezy today. Overnight low tonight, 44. It might be considerably warmer because the blanket will be on. It's also going to be a little breezy tonight as well. Thursday, clouds for the most part. And we'll see a little bit of sunshine in the morning, but by the time we get to Thursday, mid to late morning, the clouds will be here. Very little rain in the forecast and a lot cooler. I have only 60 on Thursday for day one of the Apple Blossom Festival. Slight chance of rain Thursday night, 46 for the overnight low. Friday, lots of clouds. Again, a slight chance of rain, about a 30% chance of some light showers. That would be Friday afternoon, and a high of 61. Saturday for the youth parade, the Technoplex Youth Parade, partly sunny, 66. It'll be a little cool when the parade starts. Of course, it'll warm up to 66 by late afternoon. We'll do 66 again on Sunday under partly sunny skies, and you can see a cooling trend. Overnight lows will be back down into the 30s by Monday and Tuesday. All right. That's the weather forecast. When we come back, the news, because that's what we do around here. It's 2 minutes away. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley Wednesday edition on the NCW Life channel.
Walkabout Grill, open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner in downtown Wenatchee and now downtown Leavenworth, where eating out is eating healthy.
My favorite thing about living at Prestige is the activities. I think it's just so good for you to have a group that you can have fun with.
I think if you keep moving and you have a social life, you're going to live longer. And that attitude is fostered by the activity director and the managers. It's a good place, it's a happy place, and it's where I plan to stay forever.
Me too.
Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
Here's your coffee. That'll be $5.
Thanks.
Oh, it's only $5.
Oh, I like paying double.
Why?
I've always paid more.
You wouldn't pay double for coffee. So don't pay double on your heating bill. Cut your heating bills by up to half when you switch to a heat pump or ductless mini split and get cash back from Chelan PUD plus federal tax credits. Learn more at chelanpud.org/save.
Mid to high level clouds, very mild. It's 52 degrees, mid 60s today with a mixture of clouds and sun. Quite cloudy on Thursday and Friday. Sunshine, but a little cooler for the upcoming weekend. It's 8 minutes after the hour. Eastmont School District's $117 million school construction bond right now, anyway, is falling short of what they need. As you see there are the numbers, 57.91%. This is the latest numbers we have from yesterday's election. Of course, in our state, you need a 60% supermajority to pass a school bond. 3,753 yes, 2,721 no. This is the second time, of course, this year the voters have seen the measure on the ballot. The bond failed during the February special election by just 0.5% under the needed 60% supermajority. Now, there are an estimated 1,200 ballots that are yet to be counted. Not all of those ballots, of course, will be from the Eastmont School District. By the way, turnout, less than 30% on the initial ballot count. So not a lot of people even bothered to vote. The next tabulation, by the way, will be released on Friday morning. The defendant who shot and killed a 23-year-old Rock Island man just about 1 year ago is going to spend 15 years in prison. Eric Farias, who is 31, pled guilty to second-degree manslaughter in the April 2023 killing of Elias Mora Ontiveros, and yesterday he was sentenced in Douglas County Superior Court. Farias apologized to Mora's family during his sentencing, investigators say, after an argument on South Union Avenue just outside of East Wenatchee. Farias fired a handgun into a car that Mora was riding in. The bullet apparently ricocheted off of a metal safe that was inside the car. Then the bullet struck Mora. He died while being driven to the hospital. Farias was captured by a SWAT team 2 days later after taking refuge at a hotel in downtown Wenatchee. In addition to manslaughter, Freitas entered pleas to unlawful possession of a firearm. Police agencies are still working to find the location of two missing North Central Washington women. 37-year-old Chelan resident Adriana Nunez Gutierrez, she has not been seen since February 15th. That's when witnesses saw her in her home. She was officially reported missing a week later. Apparently she missed some appointments and did not pick up a paycheck from her workplace. She is Hispanic, about 5'3", walks with a limp. Also, they're still looking for 31-year-old Irene Fleming. She's been missing since February 25th after she left a friend's home near George. She was believed to be traveling to the Wenatchee area. Anybody with information on either of these missing women is asked to call Rivercom. Wenatchee and East Wenatchee's sister city, Misawa, Japan, is sending a fairly sizable delegation to town next week for the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. They'll be in town May 1st through the 6th. There'll be 20 student delegates and 8 adult delegates as chaperones. They'll do all kinds of cool things. They're going to tour Rocky Reach Dam. They'll be in the Classy Chassis Parade. They'll be in the Stem Mill Growers Grand Parade. And to celebrate the arrival of our sister city visitors, there's going to be a welcome reception at East Wenatchee City Hall 1 week from today, May 1st at 3:30 p.m. The Dryden Transfer Station, that is the dump that handles most of the garbage and the refuse from the Upper Valley, which has been closed for most of April, well, it's back open. They reopened it yesterday. They had to replace the floor of its concrete pit. They have done that. The dump was closed for 22 days. It cost Chelan County about $237,000 to fix it. It's one of 3 transfer stations operating in Chelan County. The site is now back to regular hours to drop off your garbage, 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Tuesdays through Saturdays. Cascade School District's going to be moving some administrative people around for the upcoming school year. Cascade High School Principal Rudy Joya is moving to the assistant principal position at Grant Elementary School. He says family reasons for that. The district announcing that James Swanson, who's the current Icicle River Middle School principal, he'll take over for Joya in the 2024-2025 school year. Replacing Swanson at the middle school will be current Icicle River assistant principal Mike Miller. Additionally, the district announced that the athletic and activities director for the Cascade School District, Tim Barnes, will support both middle and high school athletics beginning next year. And finally, on this Wednesday, Chelan County Coroner Wayne Harris has to deal with about 100 to 150 examinations on deceased bodies every year. For years, the space where he conducts his business has been old and cramped and limited. Of course, last week, the county announced about a $2 million purchase of land for a new facility to house multiple county agencies out on the Omi Garden Road area. And once it's completed in about a year or so, Wayne Harris should have all the space and examination area he needs. We spoke with Wayne Harris about his role with Chelan County and how his work might change once he has a new place to work.
We have to investigate specific types of deaths. Some deaths we're able to investigate on the phone if they're an older person and they've got medical history, but there are the type of deaths that occur that do require more involvement from us. That would be homicides, suicides, drug overdoses, any type of accidental death that occurs outside of a hospital or a nursing home, and those are labor intensive. Our office is 415 Washington Street here in Wenatchee. That's where we do our office work. If we have to look at a body and do an external examination, sometimes we're able to use a funeral home that the family selects that they want the body to go to. But in some cases, when the family has not selected a funeral home yet, we would have to do that at our cooler facility, which is out on Easy Street.
And how long has the cooler facility been available to you at that location?
Probably about 4 or 5 years. Prior to that, we were using the hospital morgue. And then when they became so busy with their own deaths in-house, there was just no room for us to be up there anymore. And then during COVID, there was a surge in need to hold bodies. The commissioners had us, or bought a large 16-body cooler trailer, that refrigerator trailer that we have that we can use, and it also will be able to be mobilized in case there's a mass disaster. In 2025, Washington State law is going to require coroner's offices to be accredited, and there's an International Association of Coroners and Medical Examiners that will do that accreditation. And so they require running water, good lighting, an area to do an exam that's clean and sterile, which is something we don't have right now. So that's one of the reasons that it was urgent for us to get a facility that has all of those items involved. One thing, it's going to give us a lot more storage space. So we have coroner supplies that we have to store, we have office supplies, and then we have a room right around the corner from where we are now that's our room that we keep our records from when Dr. Boniface was here in like 1959 or 1960 up until present day. So we have a lot of records that we have to keep. Well, we had heard that we might be getting one, but we didn't know the details. And so when I saw the press release, I couldn't believe that it's really coming to fruition and how excited we are that we'll have someplace warm to examine bodies in the wintertime. The garage bay, I guess, will be big enough for the mobile trailer to be put in there and potentially the vehicles. Also, we'll have a big walk-in cooler space, an exam room with all of the supplies we need, hopefully an x-ray machine if that's necessary, and obviously 1 or 2 exam tables, and obviously good lighting and running water. We're really excited about it. It'll be in a fairly decent location for families that want to come to us. We're right there, the kind of the nexus of coming from Leavenworth or Chelan or in Wenatchee. We'll obviously have conference rooms and an area to meet with families that's nice and private, and probably have a lunchroom too.
And finally, a programming reminder, as we have been doing for a very long time, we'll be broadcasting the Technoplex Youth Parade coming up this Saturday. Looking forward to it. Eric Granstrom and Julie Agents Kuntz, the 1974 Apple Blossom Queen, will be your hosts. We'll be set up at the intersection of Orondo and Okanagan, where we've been setting up for the last couple of years. The parade begins at 11 a.m. Our coverage begins at 11 a.m. They'll be going by our cameras at about 11:10 or so. So check it out. Looking forward to it. Of course, then the week after that, we'll have the Les Schwab Classy Chassis Parade on Friday the 3rd, and then on Saturday the 4th is Timuc Growers Grand Parade. So yeah, it's that time of the year again, and that's what's making news on this Wednesday. And don't forget, you can watch the news tonight at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock, 5, 6, and 10 on television. I know that for a lot of people, they're busy. It doesn't work in your schedule. Our news is up and running on the World Wide Web, too, so you can watch it anytime you want. On our homepage, ncwlife.com, our Facebook page, our YouTube page, our app. Download our app if you haven't done so, and if you have a news tip, send us an email, news@ncwlife.com. Highlights from a nice Mariner win and a big Wenatchee Panthers soccer win. Sports is next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Check out ClubCrowCashmere.com for upcoming events and tickets.
You've got a lot to do today. While you're out and about, remember to dispose of your unused medications safely and anonymously. It's a simple act that makes your home a safer place. Next time you're at the pharmacy, just place them in the drop box. To find a location, visit medproject.org.
Welcome to Gilded Lily Home, where something extraordinary is waiting. You'll be delighted to find an amazing selection of specialty foods and tabletop decor. Browse their uniquely curated collection of gifts. Shop for yourself in their wide collection of jewelry and clothing, and for your home with their amazing hand-selected furniture, lighting, and decor. The Gilded Lily Home, where you can step in for inspiration and leave with beautiful items for your home, your kitchen, and your lifestyle.
Let nothing stand between you and the tree stand with this great offer on the fast, durable Kubota Sidekick. featuring a gas-powered engine that delivers a top speed of 40 miles per hour, outstanding acceleration and handling with cargo, and a 2-year, 1,000-hour warranty. Get the Sidekick now for 0 down, 0% APR for 36 months or save $1,000.
Minutes after the hour, the Seattle Mariners moved a half game ahead of the world champion Texas Rangers for first place in the AL West. They shut out the Rangers 4-0 last night in Arlington. Logan Gilbert allowing just 2 hits. Julio Rodriguez hits his first home run of the year.
I'll bring up Cal Raleigh, talking about swinging a hot bat. He's got good numbers against Dunning, too. 5 for 16. 2 of those 5 hits are home runs. He's driven in 4. Cal, high drive, right field. Adolis Garcia watching that, baby. Get out of here. It's 2-0 Mariners on the get-go. Wow. Cal with his 6th home run. RBIs 12 and 13. Early lead for the Mariners and Logan Gilbert.
Cal just dropping the barrel on it, hit it well back into the seats. Dave, as you mentioned, his 6th home run. He's been hot lately.
Woo. The Mariners have a runner 90 feet from home with 1 down. And here is Julio.
Hey, there we go. High drive left field. Wave, bye-bye. Yeah! Julio with a home run. His first of the season. A 2-run shot. And the Mariners have a 4-0 3rd-inning lead here at Texas. How good did that feel?
Exit velo of 111.
Every bit of
35 feet.
And you know what? That's his first. You know what we say? Now it's on, big boy.
Yeah, they come in bunches.
1 on, 1 away. Smith is 1 for 3 with a double. And again, the 1-2 pitch, swinging a ground ball right side. Polanco's got it, second for 1. JP's relayed to first in time, and the ball game is over. The Mariners shut out the Rangers here in Texas, 4-0 to take game 1 of the Big 3 game.
Yeah, baby. Game 2 is tonight. Bryce Miller, the right-hander, will go up against John Gray, the big lefty. First pitch at 5:05. The rest of the teams in the division, well, pretty good news. The Angels won. That's remarkable. They beat the Orioles 7-4, but the Astros lost to the Cubs 7-2, and my Yankees knocked off the A's 4-3. Wenatchee Panthers soccer team scored a big victory last night over the Davis Pirates at Leib-Off Field at the Apple Bowl. The game would go to overtime and then to a penalty kick shootout. Senior goalkeeper Tanner Russell is the hero.
There's Mejia making a path as he goes. Got some room. Limon, the give and go. Good shot. Go, 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 go! Wenatchee takes the lead. An inspired shot by Anthony Garcia. 19:18 on the clock. Wenatchee's ahead of the Davis Pirates 1-0. Les Schwab takes your safety seriously. Stop by today.
Here we go.
Oh, quick takeaway that time inside the box. The shot. Go, 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 go! No doubter. Johnny Vega for the Wenatchee Panthers. Off to the races now is Edwin Diaz. Edwin inside the box. The touch and the shot, and that one kisses the upright. Quick run down the side. Good ball out of the box. The shot, and Tanner Russell coming up big yet again. A shot, pivoting header. Oh my goodness, what an unfortunate break for Russell and company. The header bounced off a defender and completely set Mr. Russell out of position, and all he could do was slap away at that ball. And Wenatchee still leads, but now it's 2-1. Davis on the move. Cipriano Acosta. The long ball all the way across with a bit of room now. Garfias inside the box. Back to Garfias. Right-footed shot. Garfias! And it's a 2-2 tie. Wenatchee and Davis. The free kick. The stop by Mr. Russell. And there's the whistle that says we're going to extra time. Is he going to keep it in bounds? He is not. It should be. No, no time for more. No time for any more. We're going to switch sides. We're going to keep it here, correct? Yes, and we'll have 5 more minutes in the squiver. There's the whistle. We're going to kicks from the penalty spot. Johnny Vega, whistle. 2 actors, 1 scene. The shot! shot, and no doubter. Beautifully taken. The shot, another no doubter. Low into the corner. How it turns out, Limon, left-footed shot, Limon! Whistle is there. Cipriano, the right-footed shot. Cipriano, and Tanner almost had it. The shot. Wow! That took some sang-froid. Ethan Rojas, left-footed shot. Rojas! And Tanner Russell coming up huge.
As a spectator, you're not...
And that one goes in. If Tanner saves this one, game's over.
So pressure time.
Antonio Garcia. Garcia, the shot, and he does! Wenatchee wins! They should win.
Oh, what are they saying? He left early? Saying he left early.
He's saying he left early. Oh, my goodness. So Tanner, then redo. Garcia, and he stopped it again! Did he leave early again? No, this one, the time it counts. This time it counts.
After the game, Coach Dennis Tronson said last night's victory could be a springboard for bigger things.
Coach Tronson, your boys just like to keep it interesting, I guess.
Yeah, it's starting to be that way, but we're coming together. We're starting to gel. This is a real momentum builder for us. Davis is, we're in the finals last year, and a lot of seniors. We made a few adjustments coming into the match, and it worked for about 72 minutes, and then they're so dangerous, they create opportunities. But I thought the boys played great. We were able to find our chances, and then in the shootout, our goalkeeper comes up big.
Panthers are off, by the way, until next Tuesday when they travel to Moses Lake. All right, to the Les Schwab Prep Soccer scoreboard. The Panthers won. Moses Lake just got by West Valley 2-1. Othello defeats Ephrata 3-1, and it was Grandview over Ellensburg. Congratulations to Cascade. Their undefeated season continues. They win the Caribou Trail League, by the way. That's baseball. We're still doing soccer. Cascade defeated Quincy 3-0 to win the Caribou Trail League Championship. Cashmere got by Chelan 1-0. It was Brewster over Pateras 5-0. Bridgeport defeated Okanagan, and Liberty Bell over Orville. Now we'll go to baseball. Wenatchee upsets Moses Lake. This is big, and final there was 2-1. West Valley is now won 10 in a row. They dispatched East Small with no problems at all in baseball, 10-0. Toppenish over Quincy in the doubleheader, and then Quincy won the second game, 8-3. It was Cascade over Omak, and Cashmere got by Chelan on the diamond. More prep baseball. Liberty Bell over Tenasket. It was Manson sweeping both games of the doubleheader against Orville. Brewster over Lake Roosevelt, and Riverside Christian 10-run Waterville Mansfield. Prep softball. Ephrata 25, Quincy 0. Ouch. Omak over Cascade 10-0. Tenasket over Liberty Bell 10-5. It was Orville over Manson 21-10 in the first game. Don't know who won the second game. Lake Roosevelt over Brewster 11-1, and Waterville Mansfield beat Soap Lake in a football game 29-6. And those are just some of the games that people are playing at 29 minutes after the hour. If you want to, you can celebrate National Pigs in a Blanket Day. It's National Scream Day. It's International Guide Dog Day. It's also Stop Food Waste Day. About 40% of all the food produced in this country goes uneaten. But we're not talking about any of those things. Today is Administrative Professionals Day, and there is Alicia, our Director of First Impressions. That's what I call her. It used to be Secretary's Day. They don't call that anymore, and that's good. It's Administrative Professionals Day, always the last Wednesday in April. What do? All kinds of stuff that I don't want to do. Data entry, research, long-term projects, billing, correspondence. They answer the phone they answer the door here at the Broadcast Metroplex. That's why I call Alicia the Director of First Impressions. They do forms and memos and paperwork. You got to be really organized. You got to know spreadsheets and stuff like that. You know what administrative professionals really want this day? They want money. They just want more money. I mean, flowers are nice, and taking them out to lunch is a beautiful thing and all that stuff. What they really want is advancement in money. So I don't blame them, quite frankly. Formerly Secretary's Day, thank God I got rid of that. Now it's Administrative Professionals Day. So thank you, Alicia, for all the work that you do, because I don't want to do what you do, and she does it very well. It's the bottom of the hour. It's Today in History. Happy birthday to the Library of Congress. April 24th, 1800, the Library of Congress is established. That's the main lobby of what they call the Thomas Jefferson Building. There's actually 4 buildings that make up the Library of Congress. 3 of them are open to the public. 1 of them is not. The original outlay, $5,000 to purchase such books as may be necessary for the use of Congress. They have bought a few books since then. There's about 38 million books in the Library of Commerce. There's about 4 million recordings, about 14 million photographs, 5.5 million maps, 8 million pieces of sheet music, 70 million manuscripts. All total, there's about 164 million total items in the Library of Congress. The library is open to the public, but you can't check out anything. You can read things in the reading room that you see there, but you can't take anything out of the building. And the really, really rare stuff nobody gets to get into. They don't want you to open up and start reading a book that was printed in 1709, because it's just not a very good idea. Only members of Congress and high dignitaries can actually remove a book from the Library of Congress. And April 24th, 1976 was a Saturday. Saturday Night Live that night, hosted by Raquel Welch. Musical guests, John Sebastian and Phoebe Snow. And Lorne Michaels, the producer and executive director of Saturday Night Live, goes on television, produces a check for $3,000, a certified check, made out to the Beatles. And he offered the Beatles, right there live on television, $3,000 to perform 3 songs. And unbeknownst to Lorne Michaels, John Lennon, Paul McCartney, Yoko Ono, and Linda McCartney were all gathered together at John and Yoko's apartment at the Dakota, about 25 blocks north of Rockefeller Center. And they were watching it, and Paul and John looked at each other and said, "What do you think? Should we grab a couple guitars, hop in a cab, and go down there? It might be fun." And then they changed they were just tired. It was late. It was past midnight on a Saturday night, so they didn't do it. Would have been cool, by the way. It was also the last time that John Lennon and Paul McCartney were together. One of those, what would have happened kind of thing. Of course, George and Ringo weren't there, so who knows. It's 33 minutes after the hour. Birthdays, you may have heard of Barbra Streisand. She has a book out. Finally, it took her years to write it. She's 82 years old today. She must have the biggest mantle in all of show business. 2 Academy Awards, 10 Grammy Awards, 5 Emmy Awards, a Tony Award, so she has an EGOT. She's won 1 of each at least. American Film Institute Award, Kennedy Center Honor, Presidential Medal of Freedom, 4 Peabody Awards, 9 Golden Globes, and the only recording artist in history to have a #1 album in 6 consecutive decades. Not bad. Barbra Streisand is 82 years old today, and by the way, her book is pretty good. And Kelly Clarkson, the very first American Idol winner all those years ago, she parlayed that into a successful recording career. She's now a judge on The Voice. She has her own talk show. She's done good for herself, and she's 42 years old today. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. We're transitioning from the heat part to the cool part, so get your air conditioning checked up before the heat of summer comes, because guess what? The heat of summer is coming. Alpine Air can give your HVAC a little look-see, make sure it's ready to go. Special thanks to our friends at Pool to Spa Services. If you have a pool or a spa, you need chemicals to keep them clean and healthy. They'll take care of you there at Pool to Spa Services. And our friends at Prestige Senior Living at Colonial Vista in Wenatchee and East Wenatchee. Still to come, an opinion from Mike Mad Dog McNaughty. And then Darcy Christopherson, the festival administrator, will going to tease you because the 105th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival kicks off at noon tomorrow. Darcy will join me when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Hey there, folks. Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to Blueberry Hills to experience some real treats. Take a look at our homemade cream pies, our amazing cheesecakes, and don't forget our famous banana pudding. Remember, we're more than just great treats. People come from all over the world to experience what has been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
The Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce presents Wonders of Wooden Avenue.
Steelhead Cider offers 20 taps with cider, beer, and wine, featuring views of the lake, great music, and fantastic flights. Find it on Wooden Ave behind the bookstore in downtown Chelan.
Kelly's Classic Ace Hardware Store. From the minute you walk through the door, you'll feel the difference. Kelly's revives the days of personal service lost in the big box stores of today. Kelly's Ace Hardware in classic downtown Chelan.
Wonders of Wooden Avenue, North Central Washington's premier shopping district. When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can lift this up time warranty.
Great, I want that one. I would like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
Ooh.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
This is Mike Mad Dog McNutty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, my grandson Alan asked me recently, he asked me this question. He said, how do you define success? Well, and I told him that I wanted to be a good husband and father and grandfather. I said I wanted my friends to consider me a worthwhile and dependable buddy. And I wanted at least one person in my life to say I helped them to be a better person. Now, Alan said, well, that was interesting. He said, it was interesting that I hadn't mentioned anything material like a big house or a fancy car. And I said that those things were okay, there's nothing wrong with them, but the relationships that we have in our life, that's what makes life meaningful and brings fulfillment. Now, what I didn't tell Alan is that I'm going to depend on his financial acumen to support me in my dotage. Well, that bit of info can wait. This is Mike Mad Dog McNutty, and that's my opinion.
How do you think like an entrepreneur?
I have had it in mind starting my own business. This is all really good to know right now. I am currently making a vision board. I am talking about my well-being, my personal finances, and habits that I would like to work on and to improve myself to be a better entrepreneur.
A break from reality. Central Washington Water has a showroom full of possibilities. They have the perfect hot tub for any space and any budget, including saltwater hot tubs for the absolute best ownership experience. Find free-flow plug-and-play spas that make it simple and affordable to get you soaking. Tropatone furniture to complete your patio. Make summer a splash with a high-quality, easy-to-set-up above-ground pool with pumps and filters from Central Washington Water, your water experts.
Shake and bake on the lake at the Wapato Point Pickleball Tournament May 3rd through 5th. Registration is open to all ages and skill levels. Win cash prizes. Check out the amenities of Wapato Point. Walk to local wineries, breweries, and restaurants. Enjoy the beer and wine garden from the Manson Chamber of Commerce. Register to play today at mansonchamber.com. Shake and bake on the lake at the Wapato Point Resort Pickleball Tournament May 3rd through 5th. Presented by Wine Girl Wines and the Manson Chamber of Commerce.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Merry Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Merry Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
Well, here we go, folks, for the 105th edition of the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. It's our 11-day party that everyone's invited to. It's going on Thursday the 25th, goes all the way through the first Sunday in May. Making her very first appearance on this award-winning program is Festival Administrator Darcy Christopherson.
Good job.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
We are good to go. I got my stuff. You got your stuff.
I think they're both last year's. Yeah. I don't know. I can't remember.
This is the retro one from 76.
76, and this one's from 87,
right.
I think.
And there are people who collect these each year.
Yes.
They do a sweatshirt or a T-shirt and a pin. They get a pin every year.
Yep.
And it keeps them in there.
It does. Yep. Yeah. And we brought back shirts from past years this year. I think we brought back the 2002 logo. And then we brought back, what was the other one? I can't remember. But anyway, 74 maybe? Anyway.
Oh, Julie would be happy.
I know. I'm pretty sure it was. Okay. I can't remember. But we did bring back some more. We always have to do a pink one. So,
how's Craig Field doing, your Director General, your head volunteer?
Doing great, doing great. Craig's doing a great job. You know, being the Director General, it's kind of different than what his past duties have been. You know, he was in charge of parade marshals. He's usually here in the park helping us. But as Director General, you're the president of the board, so you're just kind of more of a PR guy. So that's kind of what he's doing more of now than the grunt work, I should say. What the rest of us are doing.
We're going to talk about a lot of things that are exactly the same. A couple of new things this year. We're going to take you to the very top of the parade route for the Milk Growers Grand Parade because you've had to make a couple of adjustments. Talk about that.
We have, as I think everyone knows now, they're building a softball field up at Triangle Park for the girls, which is fabulous, but we take over that whole Triangle Park for the pre-parade area, staging area for the Grand Parade. So we knew about this in September that they were going to do this, and we knew that even though it wasn't being built, that it would probably be fenced off. So starting in September, we're just going to move forward and act like it's happening, even though we kind of knew that ground would not break until after Apple Blossom. We just felt it was best to make our changes now, so then we're totally ready for next year. So basically what's happening is Triangle Park won't be where vehicles are. It'll just kind of be a hub still. So all the staging will take place on Miller and Russell, and a little bit on Cherry. And then the parking lot where we normally have the pre-parade bleachers will also become a staging area. And then which means we have no bleachers anymore. Right. The pancake breakfast is still happening. We're getting many phone calls about that. And that will be moved in front of the Apple Bowl. There's this grassy area. And that's where the pancake breakfast will be, which I think is actually a better spot.
It is a better spot.
Way more open. You can still go around and look at all the floats. You're just going to be doing it more on the streets instead of in Triangle Park. So those of you that have a normal routine for Apple Blossom, the only thing that's changing up there is that you need to go put your chairs down on Fuller and Rondo and then come up and eat your pancakes and walk around.
Well, so you can work off the pancakes.
That's right. So that's really the only difference. We are putting bleacher seating down at the KPQ Studios, right next to the Coast Hotel. We'll have 4 to 6 sets of bleachers there, and there will be announcing there also. So we have a lot of elderly people that use the pre-parade area, and we kind of feel that's kind of the same spot where there's great parking It's wide sidewalks, so you'll be able to get there. So that's what we're hoping, is that will kind of solve that issue. And then we're also doing additional announcing up on the Morris building. So Mike Salmon has been kind enough to let us use his upper floor. So Adele and Pat Haley will be broadcasting the Grand Parade from there instead of the courthouse, where you will be announcing the courthouse. So we'll have 3 spots that will have announcing.
Yeah, we'll have our audio from our television broadcast patched in to the PA system,
Yeah.
so you can both watch us and see us.
Yeah, it'll be great. I'm super excited about that. So, you know, because of this, we've added things that I think are just going to be better for the future of the parade. So adjust and overcome, you know, adapt and overcome. That's what we're doing. So
It should be pointed out, I can't believe I've never asked you this question. Maybe I haven't, I forgot. Darcy and her crew have to work with the city of Wenatchee because they have to rent out this park for 11 days. They have to work with the Wenatchee School District because Triangle Park is school district property. All of these governmental entities, big, small, and in between, they've always been supportive of it.
Always.
It's always like, what can we do to make this work?
Right. Oh, always. I mean, you know, just even today, you know, mowing, and I'm trying to get it done before you put up the tent. I mean, they're just amazing, the city of Wenatchee and the school district. I know they're getting a lot of flack right now as far as, you know, the whole construction of that and waiting forever and blah, 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 but they've been awesome to work with, and they were great in telling us all this early on. So we really appreciate that, because we were able to figure it out. You know, there's always something, and you just got to be able to fix it. And once we knew there were issues, Brian and Corey, all of them were like, we'll do whatever. Let's just figure this out. And I think it's, in the end, it's going to be better for our group. Well, it just makes us more organized. So it'll be great.
We talked about all of that is about the Stimilk Groves Grand Parade. Nothing really has changed for the Tenaplex Youth Parade. That's
all the same
thing.
So we're able to. The key is once that field is done, it'll be a grassy football field and soccer field too. So no matter what, we're never going to be able to put vehicles up there. So no matter what, we would have to change this. But for the youth parade, the only thing that we have on that grass field is kids' feet. So we're able to use that forever. So we're thrilled that we're not able to change the youth parade, because that is the ideal situation for the youth parade. And the routes have not changed whatsoever. So you just, except for the Grand Parade, you just lose that bleacher seating in the beginning.
It starts on Thursday the 25th. The Royal Court will take the stage at 12 noon with their greetings, be a song or two.
Yes, possibly.
And then Chief for a Day.
Chief for a Day, my favorite. Yep, everything opens at 11, so you can come down and be the first ones to get your food. And then the Chief for a Day at noon is when it starts. Usually with the big bunch of cars, they come crashing through about 11:45. So it's super fun. I really encourage people that on their lunch break to come up here and grab something to eat and watch this, because what it is it's special needs kids that are being honored with the law enforcement. So each of them get recognized as a chief for the day, and they get to, you know, ride in a car, and they get to spend the day with their chief, and it's really fun.
Is John Batiste coming again this year?
Oh yeah, he comes every year. Every year, it's his favorite thing. And I'm sure there'll be a helicopter flying over. So.
And the kids from their individual classrooms come in droves.
Oh, they do.
And they cheer on their individual classmates.
And then we line up over here and cheer them on, and it's a pretty special thing and a great kickoff to get you motivated and happy.
There are 2 ways to get the official souvenir program. You can go to appleblossom.org. It's right on the front page. It's a PDF.
Yep.
You click on it, you download it. You can print it up and make your little notes, or it'll be a supplement again coming out this year.
Yep, we already got it. It came out in Tuesday's Wenatchee World. We have tons of them here. Again, we have many elderly folks that don't get the Wenatchee World anymore, and we'll be happy to mail them to you if you would like. And then we just, again, encourage people to go online. It's great to look at the souvenir program, but I really encourage you to go to our events calendar, because that is always updated. Sometimes entertainers may cancel, and we'll have a new person fill in. So if you're coming in for a certain entertainer, I totally encourage you to check that all the time. And then if someone does drop or if anything weird happens, we always post it on Facebook. So again, I really encourage you to go to our social media, and that we update anytime there's a cancellation or an additional beer garden promotion or whatever. Just check social media and the events calendar.
You mentioned the beer garden. It's back again. There was a lot of people all those years. 2012, is that the first year of the beer garden?
Yes.
Gee,
this is our 11th year.
Is this going to be okay?
Oh, yeah.
Boys.
We used to have horse troughs with ice in them, and that's where we put the kegs.
Yeah.
You know, now we have 2 trailers. Yeah, and it's really kind of becoming a beer cider thing. So we got to think about that in the future. The cider's taking over the world. So, but yeah, it's going to be great. They're building it right now, and we have $5 happy hours on Monday, and then the last Sunday. So you can come in and get whatever for $5. Normally it's $8. And that's everything. So, you know, that's beer, cider, they have all kinds of stuff. So anything's $8 or $5. We don't have $7 here and $2 here or whatever.
It's Monday as we record this, so by the time this airs, they might be done with their VIP passes.
Yes.
That's what, it's $50? Is that
it's a fast pass, and it's
pass?
$50, so then you get a lanyard, and that is where you can get into the beer garden and never have to pay a cover charge. So you're first in the line, you can just get right through, and then you also get a really cool cup, and then you get some beer tokens with that too. So it really, like you were saying earlier, especially for the weekends, it gets so busy, it's just nice to have that fast pass and just walk in. So again, I really encourage people to go online because we only sell 100 of them.
2 more things I want to mention because Darcy's a really busy woman. The Grand Marshal of this year's parade, good job on that.
Have you read the book?
Yes, an Eastmont graduate, class of
Yes.
76, inspiring story there.
Yes, inspiring.
She's got to be excited.
She's so excited. It's Julie Stimpson Lewis, those of you Eastmont grads. And she wrote an amazing book called Still Positive. I really encourage people to read it before she comes. It just gives you a whole new perspective of her life. And it also is cool because she talks about Wenatchee and Spokane and Seattle, and you can just kind of visualize her whole life even more. We're doing great with the All Service Club Luncheon, I really believe, because of her and her journey. And then our speaker, Jen Mueller with Root Sports, will be, I just talked to her yesterday, and she is our guest speaker, our keynote speaker, and she has a great message that she will deliver. And then I think I'm going to have her, in fact I know, she's going to talk a little bit with Eastmont's boys baseball team, and then Wenatchee's girls softball team, just to kind of talk about sports and what she sees, and I think she might do a little cooking show. So I think her plan is to kind of follow Eric around a little bit and do some fun things in the city. But again, encourage you to get your tickets now. They're $28, and you can go online and purchase them. We do not sell them at the door, and we'll quit selling them probably the 30th at probably 3 o'clock.
I had a lot of friends and family members who went to the daddy-daughter dance on the 20th.
Oh.
And they said the Royal Court's ready to go. They're
such a great group. They're an amazing group of girls. They absolutely love representing our community. I think, you know, we kind of instill that in them when they're top 10, and then they're like, oh, I get it. I get this now. So they are loving every minute of it. That's our theme. Ha, did you like that? Yeah. And then our junior royalty, you know, those are those little 5th graders, and they are loving every minute of it. They're just adorable, and they're just having the time of their lives. But I really encourage people to come down to Youth Day, Pepsi-Cola Youth Day, where you can meet the royalty, meet the junior royalty. That's on the 28th, did I say that? On Sunday. And go up and talk to them and introduce yourself and get your pictures taken, because they just love meeting our community for sure.
And it's amazing how many Apple Blossom Royal Court members, dating all the way back to the late 40s, early 50s, who are still with us, still live in Wenatchee.
I know.
They call this place home.
Yeah. We all leave, and then we come back, and then we get more involved. You know, our chaperone this year is Jan Randall Crawlard, and she was queen in 1976, and she was the first queen that I was like, oh my gosh, I love her. I want to be her when I grow up. And her and Julie were best friends, you know, in high school. So it's just kind of cool how everything's come together this year, and I think it's going to be great.
Everything, again, is on appleblossom.org. You can buy all your swag there. There's an online store. You can download the program and decide what it is that you want to do and get ready for our 11-day party. I know you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. And if you do get swag, you can actually come down Wednesday and come to the office and get it. But then after Wednesday, it's not in the office. You have to come to our info booth and get any type of clothing.
The 105th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival is almost here. I, for one, am looking forward to it. But programming reminder, we'll be broadcasting the Tenaplex Youth Parade on Saturday, and then the following Friday and Saturday, the Les Schwab Classic Chassis Parade on Grant Road, and our cameras will be right across the street for the Smoke Growers Grand Parade the big, huge events. Darcy, it's always good to see you. It's nice meeting you, by the way.
Nice meeting you.
Say hi to Jeffrey for me.
I will.
Yeah.
He's supposed to come help put up the tent.
What's he doing?
I know. Yeah. He's taking a little bit of time to help us out. But yeah.
Jeff, you're going to get an angry phone call from your wife very
Well,
shortly.
I know he had an appointment, though,
Okay.
so he should be coming anytime. So.
You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back. The Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce presents The Magic of Manson.
Welcome to Navarre Coulee Tasting Room in downtown Manson. You're invited to stop by, relax, and enjoy a sample of our longer-aged wines. You'll taste the difference from the very first sip.
Tipsy Canyon is proud to introduce their latest lineup of new wines. The Garvins will make you feel right at home as spring unfolds across the Chelan Valley. Come up to the Manson Hills and experience the magic for yourself.
If you are looking for dependable car service and repair, visit the good guys at Quick Lube and Tune. They've been keeping cars and trucks in the Wenatchee Valley running smooth for 35 years. Quick Lube and Tune is your hometown shop for a 10-minute oil change, complete tune-ups, alignments, brakes, mufflers, air conditioning service, and more. Get more life out of your vehicle by bringing it to the local guys you can trust at Quick Lube and Tune on South Wenatchee Avenue.
Since 1932, Camp Seneca, nestled on the beautiful shores of Lake Wenatchee, has provided children grades 1 through 12 with the ideal location for kids to learn new skills, have fun, and make friends while creating memories that will last a lifetime. Camp Seneca's rustic log cabins and their staff serve to provide each group a unique summer camp experience. Register for Camp Seneca today, www.campfirencw.org.
Sit pretty with spring savings, now at Boswell's. Get $200 off all stressless recliners and ottomans, classic power-based recliners, home office chairs, and each seat of a stressless sofa, love seat, or sectional. Plus, get 10% off the new stressless Sky mattress and $50 off each stressless Laurel or Mint dining chair. Shop Boswell's, 2915 Easy Street in Wenatchee.
Still a very mild 52 degrees outside the Wenatchee Valley, outside of our studios, outside the Wenatchee Valley. What the heck does that mean? It's very mild compared to what we've seen. We've seen overnight lows in the 30s for the last 3 or 4 days, but we have that nice light kind of mid high level clouds that have kept the blanket on, and that made us fairly mild for the overnight lows. What everybody wants to know is what the forecast is going to be like for the next few days as we get out and about and get ready to celebrate apple blossom. Well, the first thing you need to know is this afternoon is going to be windy. Quite windy. These are your peak wind gusts. Most of it will be in the afternoon hours. It's going to be very low relative humidity. Right now in the Wenatchee Valley, it's 43% relative humidity. That's bone dry. So there's your wind direction, and those are your peak wind gusts. Your sustained winds will be more like 10 to 15 miles an hour right out of the west, as you can see there. But we'll see gusts as high as 20, 25 miles an hour here in the Wenatchee Valley. And out of the Columbia Basin, there's always that concern, patchy blowing dust, and also if there's any kind of grass fire that gets a toehold, it could really take off because, well, there's not a lot of moisture in the ground. It's very dry air and it's windy. That's a bad mix. Hopefully, we won't have to be dealing with that. In the meantime, from the National Weather Service, that way if you don't like the weather, you can blame the government. 65 today with a mixture of clouds and sun. I think the clouds are going to have the upper hand, though. We hit 66 yesterday, so it's kind of a repeat of today, maybe a little more cloud cover. 44 for the overnight low tonight. The winds will gradually die down. Thursday looks pretty cloudy. I don't think we're going to get any rain, but it's going to be cloudy and a lot cooler because this cooling trend is going to be coming in later on today. It's going to cool us down a little bit. So we're only going to get to 60 on Thursday. Friday, 61. Again, a slight chance of rain. Sun's taking the day off on Friday, but it'll be back on Saturday, especially by mid-morning Saturday, which is perfect for the parade, and a high of 66. We wrap up the first weekend of the Apple Blossom Festival, sunshine and 66, and then we cool down into the early part of next week. That is it for us. Have yourself a fantabulous Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.